everybody. Man, glad you back. Glad you tuned in. Glad you listening. Yeah, I mean, welcome to episode 390 of the Confidence in the Klutch Podcast with Donald Nelson on the Confidence in the Klutch Network. Click that bell for notifications, new content when I drop. New media, energy up, health is wealth, man. Just welcoming y'all back, man. Take care of you. Take care of your babies, man. Everything is a conversation. Keep talking to people, man, even though they might be on something different than what you want. People whose physical health may be waning, keep talking with them, supporting them. People whose mental health wanes, talk with them, support them. Just keep instilling in them that they can talk with you, because it can get heavy out here when you're dealing with physical health of somebody deteriorating that you love, mental health, you know what I'm saying, where they might have suicidal ideation. That's hard to deal with, and because you want people to live. It's all about living, right? We just know we ain't in charge of when it's time for your ticket to get punched. You know what I'm saying? So we want to make sure that time here is not shortened by people not properly taking care of themselves and mentally and physically, so that they can be here. So that's just my message for the day. Yeah, I mean, everything we trying to do. So we ready. Y'all know what we here for, man. We here to chop it up. Y'all came for that Confidence in the Klutch. Let's get it cracking. Huh? What we on? We on NFL week? Let's get on NFL week. Now, the last 2 weeks, I've been using my machine and just doing beats. I didn't feel like that shit today. Let's get it, baby. Yo, it was mad 100-yard passing games, like 100 and something yard passing games. I ain't like that shit, but they don't play enough. Let's talk about Baltimore KC that kicked off the season, y'all. That Xavier Worthy reverse, I'm like, man, the fastest man ever in the league, that's what y'all talking like shit to the house? Like, I'm like, he's so fast, it was just ridiculous. Couldn't nobody even touch him. And I'm watching like, yo, if the Ravens don't take shots down the field, this shit ain't going to work this year, B. I'll give a damn how many MVPs Lamar Jackson get. He got to take, if you can't take no shots down the field, it's over. They ain't got enough. I started dozing on the game at half. Game was that unexciting. This is when we're going to get into it later, but, man, they need to play more preseason games, yo. Xavier Worthy had another TD. He had 2 receptions and 2 TDs. Like, whoever has him in fantasy was like, ooh, watch, everybody going to start him this week, and we got to see what his production going to be. But y'all know fantasy football the first week, it's a whole bunch of outlying shit. You got to get to week 3 to really know your steeds. You just going to get a little lucky. You know what I'm saying? But if you got him, stash his ass. See what you can get for him around week 3, like I said. Lamar tried on that final play, but the previous plays before that, he threw it over a motherfucking head. That was opening the back of the end zone. Like, man, he too much of a G in the game and been in the game too long and not be able to hit motherfuckers in their stride. Wow. You know what I mean? But that's that sidewinding shit. You know what I mean? It is what it is. There was a great pass to the TD he did. Well, a great pass to Isaiah Likely in the back of the end zone. That they thought it was a TD, but his foot was just a little bit too big to the tiptoe to the line joint, right? So we talk about the Ravens and Chiefs. The thing we need to pay attention to, the Ravens are 1-5 versus the Chiefs in the Mahomes-Jackson era. So what we doing here? What we doing here? Yeah, I mean, and it ain't like the Ravens ain't had no good-ass teams. Something to think about. Green Bay, Philly. Yeah, I mean, I'm back, Packer backer. Yeah, I mean, I'm finna give me the Jordan Love. Like, the Packer Pro Shop got the black Jordan Love jersey, slick. And then Fanatics got the white one with the extra green and yellow in different spots. It's like reversed, like it's dope. I want the black joint, though. I don't want the white joint. But that Green Bay Philly game was way more exciting than Baltimore, Kansas City. The field was slippery as fuck. We trusted Brazilians with their soccer field for Americans football that you can play on the same fields, but how you treat that grass is a little bit different. And I'm sure they got different grass growing in Brazil than in America. Both teams played well. Saquon, 110 yards rushing, 2 TDs, 1 receiving. He's on my fantasy team. I believe he was my first pick. Love that. That would be a problem for teams with what he can do, right? A.J. Brown, 5 for 119, 1 TD. Devontae Smith, 7 for 84. Bing, bing, bing. Throw that bitch. Y'all know Saquon can catch it out the end zone, all that. For the Packers, Jaden Reed, I believe, had 4 for 138 of the TD. You know what I'm saying? That second last play when Jordan's trying to move around in the pocket to get some leverage to throw that joint. You know what I'm saying? He has an MCL sprain that could possibly keep him out 4 to 6 weeks. He don't need surgery. But the Packers are not putting him on injured reserve because then he would have to sit for. So the thing is, when he's 100, we can bring him back, but we're not going to risk things. Malik Willis, this is why we grabbed him 2 weeks ago in a trade. So let's get it, G. Malik. Let's get it. And all we got to do is tell Jacobs to hold on to the ball, and I think we're going to be all right, man. All right. The Jacksonville versus Miami Dolphins, right? 20-17. That game was 20-17. Jags were up 14 in the second quarter, 10 in the third. That fumble by ETN to go up 17 at the 1 yard line was like, yo, man, like, come on, B, just right there. You got to want to hold on to that joint a little bit tighter when it's right there, right? Reek went down and scored and put his hands behind his back, and Waddle walked him off the field and shit. Reek has 7 for $130 for, man, this is irritating me, this mic thing, man. Reek, my mic stand. Reek had 7 for 130 for 1 TD. Now, we're going to talk about the Tyreke Hill detained for reckless driving outside of the stadium. Popo said he was talking too much shit and had to handcuff his ass. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what happened. Nothing to see here. He's like, hey, man, don't beat on my window like that, bro. Don't knock on my window like that, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know what the police did. That shit looked bad because it was bad. However, when we have the prick popos, they don't kindly take to my man talking shit to his ass about knocking on my motherfucking window, whatever McLaren, Lambo, Ferrari he had. Hey, man, don't be knocking on my motherfucking window like that, dog. Y'all little insurance can't pay for my fucking window, B. Don't do that. So they flex their little power and shit, right? I don't like to slamming a Reek on the ground and knee in his back, and thank God Allah for everybody recording the video. Thank God Allah for his teammates coming out there like, hey, man, what's going on, man? I'm just trying to see what's up with my brother. That's my friend, man. What do you do? Because they seen all the shit. Because my thing is, if you got to slam a motherfucker down on the ground, you got to take his ass in. We're not slamming motherfuckers just to slam them for a legal lane change or speeding type shit. You know what I mean? We ain't slamming motherfuckers on the ground for that and putting knees in their back, man. We ain't doing that. Show some fucking restraint, man, punk ass po-po. So, what, did he have guns and drugs that you got him? We finally got his ass, yeah. Did he just report a robbery? Yeah, we called him, man. Yeah, fucker. No, a moving violation going into the stadium, nigga? Like, come on, man. Sir, show some fucking restraint. I'm sorry for yelling, y'all. But this is why niggas don't fuck with the police. Police don't stop crimes. They respond to crime. This motherfucker committed a moving violation in a whip. No alcohol, no drugs. To get slammed on the ground for that shit? Man. Police got to be more professional than what they are, if you ask me. If you ask me. No matter what to them, what they say, what Kanye said, no matter what to them, you still a nigga in the coop. That's what Kanye said, right? So Reek said post-game he loved his teammates for risking their life to help him out. Said he wants to make a positive out of this with Miami-Dade. Popo due to him wanting to become a state trooper one day. He just want to know why. Like, why did y'all do all that shit? The statement from Reek that if I wasn't Tyreke, then what would happen to somebody else? That shit for real. That shit for real. That shit for real. Thank you for saying that. And you know what happened? Steal a knee in the motherfucker back. After an over-aggressive po-po prick pulls you out of your car and slams you face down on the ground. Then get up and another punk po-po forces you to sit on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So after all this shit, one officer is on administrative duty. And I'm telling you, some of them Latinos down there be thinking they white, fam. I heard the little accent, man. You know what I mean? You can't put all the po-pos in the same pot, but yeah, some of them do too much with the extra shit. You know what I'm saying? And that was extra shit. Thoughts and prayers. The Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys whipped up on Cleveland 33-17. Dallas controlled the game from the jump. Glad to see Zeke back, you know what I'm saying? And that 15, huh? It looked different. The Dallas defense is fast and are everywhere. Motherfuckers don't have a problem with them. Cleveland, that Deshaun Watson struggle bus is for real. I don't want to get on the motherfucker, but they got to have buyer's remorse like a motherfucker with everything they gave up and how much money they paid, cuz. And another thing after that, yesterday, Monday, another woman sued him. Whew. It will cost him too much to cut him, his dead cap space and all that shit. They can't trade him because his play done fell off. And you compare him, motherfuckers talking about Dak, they wishing Deshaun can get back to his form because when he was cold, he was a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. But Dak played like I just got paid, motherfucker. He was balling doing his little thing. You know what I mean? Because that morning, Dak signed a 4-year, $240 million extension with the Cowboys, $231 million guarantee, resetting the market. This makes him the highest paid player in league history and guarantees, average per year, and the league's first $60 million player annually. Yo. At first I was like, huh? But yo, he had to reset the market, G. Now, sorry. Mahomes has shown y'all the way. Brady, take less so we can keep our motherfucking team together. But I understand as a black quarterback, he has to reset the market. He can't take less like Brady did. You know what I mean? He can't take less like Mahomes did. He ain't got that Super Bowl. But take less so we can keep our team together. Restructure so we can keep our team together. You know what I mean? Much love, but down to Dak. You know what I mean? We still got to pay Micah. I mean, because, we know he earned the money, right? He earned the fucking money, right? Y'all know that, right? Regardless, he's the next quarterback in line. He reset the mark. He earned the fucking money. Y'all know that. Even though he may be like, 2-5 in the playoffs, he earned the money, though. The real is they were not going to find another quarterback of his caliber in the open market. And his no trade clause, his no franchise tag shit, he could have just walked and commanded mad dollars in the open market. Dallas could not let this man walk. We can trade him if, in his new contract, he doesn't have no trade and no franchise tag language in his contract this time. Because if he doesn't, and they don't advance this year, then they could trade him to somebody and get a haul for fucking Dak Prescott. Shout out to Dak. Dak, congratulations, man. All right, Houston versus Indiana. I fuck with the Houston Texans. Joe Mixon, you know what I'm saying, had, 30 for 159 and TD? Hell yes. Stephon balled out, had 2 touchdowns. It's good to see. Tennessee versus Chicago. The Bears won 24-17. Chicago was down 17 and scored 24 unanswered. Caleb had 93 yards in the win as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Damn. He needed to play in the preseason. Every motherfucking game, every motherfucking snap. He needed to adjust to the speed of the league. Clearly, he's not there. The Rams beat the Lions. The Bills beat the Cardinals and shit. 17-3 to start the game. Josh Allen has to do mad shit, though, right? He hurt his arm, diving, jumping in the air and shit. So my thing is, how in the hell are you going to hold up? You doing all this shit week 1, but that's how you play with reckless abandonment, right? You know what I mean? He had 4 TDs, 2 passing, 2 rushing. You just got to do everything, man. So, and why did I ain't give Marvin Harrison the ball, Jr. the ball? I have no idea. 3 rookie QBs all threw for under 200 yards. That shit is not going to get it done, y'all. All these games look like unpolished ass on both sides of the ball type shit, right? Like, they need to play more in the preseason. I know you're trying to prevent injury, but some you can't. Some you can't, and some you can't. They just got to play. So first, because y'all using the first week as preseason. So the games will get better as the year go around, but that shit, it wasn't good football to me like that. You know what I mean? Unless your team was kicking somebody's ass, that wasn't good football to me, man. Let these motherfuckers play in the preseason, man. All right, here go the hate. Motherfuckers got mad because Kendrick Lamar got picked by Rock Nation, headed by Jay-Z, to be the Super Bowl halftime show. Rock Nation is in charge of the talent for the Super Bowl halftime show. Talking to Kels, shout out to Kels, this is what I said. This is where we can see if that Drake shit was super real or fake or whatever, or if they made up. Bring out Drake down in New Orleans, because it was all a play to get Drake out of his Universal deal, right? Drake been releasing behind-the-scenes footage and songs that Universal put on DSPs, that Drake put on his own website. Drake trying to get out of some deal, if you ask me, and go to that other shit that he signed with the one cat, you know what I mean? Where they say he running the company on some you don't know what's going on type shit, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, if I drop these songs and my streams drop and the beef and I took the L, maybe Universal want to get away from it and he can go to that other company. You know what I mean? Kendrick Lamar, bring out Weezy, Birdman, Master P since we in New Orleans. We can do that shit. But this is the thing, what people got to understand, the Super Bowl is a global event, and people want to see shit, and we just think of hip-hop when it comes to the Super Bowl. Like, what about the rappers type shit? What about everybody else? Kendrick Lamar could bring out some of everybody. Now, we know Kendrick Lamar, with his blackness, he ain't going to do no stupid shit, but he might have to grab somebody white. He got the song with Taylor Swift. You ain't bringing out Taylor Swift? You know what I mean? He could. Who would be mad at that shit, fam? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. It's about record sales still. He's still an artist, right? We know everybody that come through the Super Bowl, their record catalog boost up in sales and streams. Bring out Janet then, right? During Poetic Justice, because that's a song with Drake. If the Drake shit was real, bring out Janet and reintroduce her back to the Super Bowl, and that's what Kel said. Bring out Janet, fam. And I said, that'd be fire. Or do like the Weeknd and Rihanna did and be solo dolo, right? And just do it all. It's all good, whatever Kendrick decided to do. Kendrick's catalog can hold a 12 to 16 minute set by itself without no features. I don't like the hate being spewed towards Hov, which really y'all trying to shit on Kendrick saying he didn't deserve the shit because it's in New Orleans, right? For the Super Bowl. My question is, how do we know Wayne didn't say no first? How do we know that? Wayne got to tell y'all he told them, no, I don't want to do the Super Bowl? Because then you motherfuckers be getting on Wayne's ass. How come you don't want to do the Super Bowl in New Orleans? That's where he's from. See what I'm saying? Wayne gonna have to say I wanted to do it. I feel slapped in the face for me to be like, yeah, that was some whole shit. I don't get it though. Just cause it's your hometown, motherfucker, don't mean you supposed to get the gig. You know what I'm saying? Cause Wayne might be like, shit, I'd rather when that shit come back to LA, I want to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Whatever. Y'all figure it out. Let me know in the comments, man. WNBA, hell yeah. I'm used to saying that shit all the time. NBA news, Jamal Murray signs a 4-year, $208 million extension to stay with the Denver Nuggets. He had 1 year left for $36 million on this deal. Now he's locked down for the next 5 years. They trying to get a couple more chips. That's all it is. But if they keep on losing these ancillary pieces, that chip ain't coming. That's one thing I do know. Now, WNBA news. Are we all ready? Yay. Yay. It need to be like, yay, plenty yays. All right, y'all. The hate is for real for the W. And I'm tired. I can't wait, yo. Now Reese can't say she's a part of growing the league. Huh? She is. Like, what's going on here? I just don't get it. Like, the fans, y'all. Fan is short for fanatic. So, welcome, ladies, to true fandom, right? When it comes to sports. Man don't care. Man be doing shit, saying shit, armchair QB and shit. Wait, Monday morning QB and shit. You know what I mean? This shit's getting old as fuck now, but man, but the shit y'all trying to pull with this whole Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese shit, I'm done. And speaking of Reese, Reese is out for the remainder of the season with a wrist injury. She got a small crack in her right wrist. She said it's a hairline joint. She'll be out 4 to 6 weeks. She needs the surgery, though, because if not, she'll develop arthritis and the shit could break. She said, nah, I ain't doing that. I got a long career ahead of me. And she made noise this year, yo. Per ESPN, Reese, the number 7 pick in the 24 draft. You know what I'm saying? She got the national championship out of LSU. You know, she had 26 double-doubles this year, second most in the season in WNBA history. And she set the WNBA record for 15 consecutive double-doubles. You know what I mean? For a rookie and all that shit. So, I think that might have been a WNBA record, period, in a row. She did the rookie shit by like 11 or 12. So Reese's final season numbers were 13.6 points, 13.1 rebounds, and 1.3 steals per match. Remember they said even if you take her misses away, she still would lead the WNBA in rebounding if you take her offensive misses away. Much love to Angel. Shout out. The regular season is ending this week. The playoff positioning is happening in the league. I love it right now. The 8th spot is up for grabs. Bad timing for Chicago, but they went 2-8 if I'm not mistaken. 3-9 since the Olympic break or whatever. So yeah, they're in the 8th spot, 1 game ahead of Atlanta and 2 games ahead of Washington, right? So we look at the schedule. Chicago has Washington, Minnesota, and Phoenix. Damn. So I can see them going 1-2. They got to go 2-1 though, right? Atlanta has Minnesota and Washington twice. So they got to go 2-1. Washington is 2 games behind. They ain't got no Chicago, but they can make it interesting for Atlanta. Washington beat Atlanta one of them times, then that further puts them down. Chicago magic number got to be like 2. They got to be 2. They got to win 2, though, to be safe. Because Atlanta got that Minnesota, but they're a game ahead. So, yeah, Chicago magic number got to be that 2. They can't lose 2. Because if they lose 2, they cannot make the playoffs, man. I don't know what the next tiebreaker is, but, you know, with no Reese, with a harder schedule than Atlanta, Chicago has, and Washington needs to be Atlanta to keep their dreams alive or play spoiler, I think Atlanta might pull this shit out. I ain't saying I've been rocking with the Sky all year, but without Reese, it's a different team now. Kennedy got to ball out, and it can happen, but they schedule you got Washington, Minnesota, and Phoenix versus Minnesota and Washington twice. You can take the L to Minnesota and ball the fuck out against Washington with a game in between on the back-to-back. So we got to see. We got to see. Chicago got to beat Washington. They got to catch somebody slipping like if they rested somebody in Minnesota or Phoenix because they solidified their positioning, right? We'll see. Quick ones. Let's get out of here, y'all. Thomas Herman, head coach of Northern Illinois, showing his emotion after the Notre Dame game. I love it. After they beat Notre Dame 16-14, he played at NIU. That's the emotion of y'all get off my damn back. I know this is my third year, and I know y'all want me to win these games, but I told y'all I can get these kids to playing very well. I'm trying to grow this program. You know what I mean? And that's the cry he had. He was so happy. He's so happy because he know how much work he's put in. He know how much work his players has put in. So, you know, and with this being the program's first top 10, and Notre Dame was number 5 win in program history, hopefully he can get some bail right now. Y'all get off my back. Now he just got to show and prove in this conference, right, where they was picked 4th, if I'm not mistaken. So shout out to you, Thomas Hammock, man. You get love. Deion, post-game, talking about, you know what I'm saying, talk about his offensive line. Last week he was talking about his offensive line, right? Quote, protections were a problem. You know, I'm trying to be polite and say it because, you know, I can say the same thing you're thinking, but if I say it, you say I'm throwing my guys up under the bus. I'm not doing that whatsoever. Protections were a problem. We got to figure out a way to prevent that and do a better job with that. Deion, you can and you can't continue to throw your offensive line under the bus when Shedeur don't throw that bitch away at the same time. Your quarterback got to learn to stop taking sacks and stop running, you know what I'm saying, all that shit, getting these extra hits. Throw that bitch away, Shedeur. That way it ain't always on the offensive line. I can't block for you, man, when you supposed to be over here and you scrambling all this shit and you taking hits and shit. Throw the bitch away. First, second, third read. Oh, check down. Nope, it's gone. That bitch gone. If you ain't got that time, then yeah, it's the offensive line like a motherfucker. I get it. But sometimes Shedeur be holding on to that bitch. So, you picked him, Deion. You went in the transfer portal. You watched the film. Said, I think I can get this kid over here. We can do it. You picked you picked some of them wrong, Prime. But Shedeur still got to get rid of the ball. But we know programs take time to build, Prime. You really trying to get 4 years out of the first 2 after building the program for 4 years and coaching the kids up and developing. We know how this shit go. And when you got super talent, yeah, you could win right away. But if you don't, they got to get coached up. Even the talent got to get coached up. Remember, you don't have all 5-star O-line, Deion. So, and I get it, though. 46 yards the first week of 47, 16 yards against Nebraska. That shit's unacceptable. Yeah, that's the offensive line. And Deion said everyone wants to be him until it's time to be him, right? You know what I'm saying? They have to handle adversity better, especially in big games and big moments. I totally agree, Deion. But when it comes to Shedeur and that pocket pass and shit, and he hold on the rock too much, that ain't all on the O-line, yo. You know what I mean? He running for his life out there, and I wish his acceleration and shit was quicker so he could dip when his protection breaks, but he got to throw that bitch away, Deion. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for the support, man. I'm finna get up out of here. Appreciate every single one of y'all. Next week, I can maybe get into the teacher stuff. Remember, I told you I had this job offer. We're going to see what to do with that. Until then, y'all, take care of your loved ones. But most importantly, take care of yourself. There's only one of you. And without you, this world ain't going to be the same without you winning, baby. Remember, what Shannon say? Today is going to be better than tomorrow, and tomorrow going to be better than today. And just take it one day at a time, y'all. We can't do nothing about the past. We can't do nothing about the future. We can predict. We can plan for it. But we got right now the present. When if I give you something, I'm giving you a gift. People call it, I'm giving you, did you bring me a present? The present is a gift, y'all. Take care of yourselves, man. Take care of your loved ones. Get your confidence together. Get your clutch together. Listen to and follow Network on various platforms, confidenceintheclutch.podbean.com, and wherever you listen to your podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Click that bell for notification, new content when I drop. Search Confidence in the Clutch. Follow, share, rate, and review is important. Every subscriber matters. Follow us on X and Instagram at KITK. Visit us on Facebook at Confidence in the Clutch weekly. Donald Nelson, D-Nell, Dizzle, Deezy, Deezus, Deezos, Don P, Don D, Little D, Donrilla Digger, your host of the Confidence in the Clutch podcast with Donald Nelson. The Confidence in the Clutch podcast about sports, entertainment, music, culture, religion, politics, and society. Yo, the debate tonight, we'll talk about it next week. Shit is political theater. I ain't really too much looking to watch it. I'll tune in or whatever, catch the highlights. I ain't looking for nothing spectacular with that shit, man. It's the debate, man. It is what it is. And also, power Book 2 Ghost Podcast. Final 5 episodes. We released 406 the other day. Check it out if y'all know what it is with my Reverberation series for all my TV shows, man. Have a safe and healthy night. If you listen during the daytime, create a great day on purpose, y'all. We about this joint. Peace. 3, 2, 1. Confidence on 3 and the clutch on 6. 1, 2, 3.
Confidence.
4, 5, 6.
In the clutch.
Confidence in the clutch.